Hello and happy lunchtime, live at lunchtime. Abigail Molina with Molina Immigration, where we melt the fear of ICE because we believe that immigrants make America great. This is our take on MAGA. No MAGA allowed here. MAGA, however you say it. I say it with a Spanish accent, I guess. No Trump supporters allowed here. This is a safe place. Or if you want to be here and listen to why we think you should not be a Trump supporter, we welcome you to stay and be respectful and listen. But this is a safe place for immigrants. We serve immigration clients around the world. We do a number of different applications for people, and contrary to popular belief, people cannot just flood the borders. People are not just flooding the borders. They have really tightened down the borders. And so actually under Biden, we have had less border crossings than under Trump. So all these myths that are out there. Mariela, thank you for saying hi, saludos, y recordándome que yo iba a hacer más español en mis en vivos. Me dio mucho ánimo ver a Mariela, un serviente aquí en nuestra comunidad. Ella se puso en vivo, creo que fue la semana pasada, y estuve viendo su video. Gracias, Mariela. Yo sé que no es fácil subir aquí en las redes, ponernos en vivos en español, por favor. Sí, por eso estoy diciendo gracias a Mariela. Ella está saludándome en Facebook y me dice saludos. Entonces eso me hizo recordar que los vivos debo de hacer en español. Bueno, bilingües, porque soy bilingüe, pero más en español, porque mi primer idioma es inglés. Entonces, cuando estoy nerviosa o cuando no estoy cómoda, es más fácil hacerlo en inglés, pero estoy aquí para preguntas. Usted, user 60, whatever, bla, bla, bla. Si lo que comentó aquí en TikTok, si tiene preguntas, hazme preguntas en español y puedo contestar. So thanks, Mariela, for the reminder to do more Spanish live. A colleague was asking me, how come your social media lives are in English? If you're bilingual, you should be doing them in Spanish. And I'm like, yes, you're right, I should. And I used to do a lot more lives bilingual. It makes your brain a little bit tired. So I'll have to keep that in mind. I might need to start taking naps after my lives. We are going live at lunch every day until the elections. En vivo cada día hasta el día de las elecciones. Ya tengo una semana cada día que estoy prometida a ir en vivo cada día. I've already been doing this for about a week now. I've committed to doing lives every day at lunch until the elections, partly because I've been feeling super anxious. Remembering what life was like as an immigration attorney under the Trump administration and praying to God that we do not go back to that. Lupe Andrade, thank you for saludos compartiendo en la que buena. Oh, no sabía. Gracias, Lupe. Estamos en vivo cada día en lunches en vivo. Hasta las elecciones, porque yo siento mucha ansiedad. No sé si ustedes también sienten la misma, pensando cómo era bajo el presidente Trump cuando él era presidente, y cómo fue la experiencia para nuestros clientes, cómo fue la experiencia para nosotros como las personas ayudando a inmigrantes. No sé si han escuchado, pero hay amenazas que han empezado a hacer amenazas contra las personas que están ayudando a inmigrantes. Incluso hay un sitio en la red donde están poniendo fotos y nombres de personas que están ayudando a inmigrantes. Entonces, esto está poniendo muy serio. Está poniendo muy grave aquí en nuestro país, un país que está fundado por inmigrantes. Y ahora estamos amenazando y haciendo daño a personas que están ayudando a inmigrantes. Esto está sucediendo también en otros países. Me dijeron que en el país de Inglaterra que había abogados de inmigración con amenazas contra la vida de ellos. So I'm explaining about how it's a very strange time right now in our country, where a country that was founded by immigrants has now become a place where people who support immigrants and work with and serve immigrants are now being placed on lists with their names and their photos of individuals who are enemies of the country. Can you even imagine this? That me, little old me, now I could potentially be put on this list of enemies of our country because of my work for the last 2.5 decades serving immigrants. It's shocking. I can't even still wrap my mind around this, but it's also happening in other countries. Xenophobia, this fear of immigrants around the world, it's just taking control of people's minds. And we know that when people are afraid, they cannot think straight. So that must be the only explanation why there is such this craziness overtaking our country right now around immigration, but also around the world. In England, they had bomb threats and threats against immigration attorneys' lives. So this is something that, regardless of who wins, even if Trump loses, which I believe that he will, this is something that will stay with our country for some time, and we will have to figure out how to move forward, how to combat the lies that are coming against immigrants in our country. So vamos a tener que ver cómo vamos a sobrevivir esta época en nuestro país, esta época tan extraño, donde los inmigrantes están atacados no solo por el gobierno, pero por los ciudadanos. E incluso también están atacados por otros inmigrantes. Estoy súper confundida. ¿Cómo un inmigrante puede votar por Trump? Yo no lo entiendo, porque ellos mismos pasaron por el mismo, pero algunos dicen, pues yo lo hice de la manera correcta y no estoy de acuerdo con todo lo que vienen y están aprovechando y quién sabe qué. Ellos se olvidaron cómo de verdad fue. Cómo era su proceso de emigrar y qué tan difícil es emigrar. Entonces, esas personas no los entiendo, pero en esta época vamos a tratar de ver cómo es la manera de sobrevivir y de cambiar lo que está pasando. María compartido, gracias por compartir el vivo, no puedo hablar, share it. Hay que compartirlo, por favor. Les pido, por favor, si sean tan amables. Gracias, Abigail, por el apoyo que brindas a la comunidad. Es mi placer. Esto es mi propósito en la vida. Por eso estoy aquí, por eso estoy viva. Yo creo que mi propósito en el mundo es ayudar a inmigrantes, porque no es fácil ser inmigrante. No es fácil saber qué hacer, cuáles son los próximos pasos que se tiene que hacer. Por eso también estoy haciendo estos en vivo. Si tiene preguntas, hazme la pregunta, por favor, y puedo contestar. So, thank you, Maria Ofelia Guzman. Also, thank you for she's thanking me for the support that I give to our community, but thank you, Maria, for all of your support. She's always supporting local businesses, both Latino owned and ones that support Latinos, and also just in general. I see her always on social media supporting local businesses, and I love that she does that. So I'm here to support. I believe that my mission in life, I believe that I was created to help immigrants. I get so much enjoyment out of it. I sometimes have to pinch myself that this is something that I get to wake up and do every day alongside the team that we're growing of other powerful, brilliant women. Right now, we're all 15 of us women I love that we get to serve the immigrant community because it is such a beautiful community, and because I truly believe like immigrants make America great. We are a country created, founded by immigrants, and somewhere along the line, a little man named Donald Trump took us off course, has taken us to a very hateful, hurtful place where lies and and disinformation have caused us to go to a place as a nation where we are hating each other and hating the very ones that our economy and our livelihood depends on. You know, the numbers just do not support what Donald Trump, the lies that Donald Trump spews. They don't. They don't support that the immigrants are the ones bringing the crime. In fact, I have more clients who have suffered more crime here in the US against them, US citizens committing crimes against immigrants, than they suffered actually in the countries that they fled in order to have safety here in the US. So that is not true. That is an exaggerated number taken out of context that of course sounds like a big number, but when you compare it to violence of US citizens, it is a very small number in comparison. On top of the fact that like violence is down. Through the Biden administration, all the numbers show that violent crimes have gone way down. So that's a lie. The other lie is they're taking our jobs. They don't take our jobs, excuse me, but I don't think that you want most of the jobs that immigrants do. And if you were to remove all of those immigrants from the workforce, who would we have? Who's going to do these jobs? My husband Mark chimes on. If Trump wins, he wants to gather up immigrants 14 years of age and older. He also said he is going to deport the Haitians that are legally in Springfield, Ohio. Can he do that? Muy buena pregunta de parte de Mark Anthony Molina, mi esposo. Está preguntando, diciendo que Trump dice que si él gana, que él va a deportar a todos los inmigrantes, va a juntar todos los inmigrantes mayor de 14 años y los va a deportar también los de Haití, creo que se dice Haití, que están viviendo legalmente en Springfield, Ohio. Se puede hacer esto. Vamos a hablar de Springfield, Ohio. Me gusta esta parte porque es tan ridículo. Están comiendo los gatos y los perritos en Springfield, Ohio. Yo vivo en Springfield, Oregon, entonces se me hizo muy extraño porque no sabía que había un Springfield, Ohio, pero ahora todo el mundo sabe que hay un Springfield, Ohio, y allá es donde están comiendo los perritos y gatitos. Primero, es mentira, no es cierto. Todos los líderes en la ciudad y el condado están confirmando que eso no está pasando, no sucedió y no está pasando. Y están diciendo también que ahora que, bueno, creo que J.D. Vance dijo, yo sé que no está pasando, que no están comiendo los perritos y los gatos, pero lo dijimos para agarrar atención porque es tan mal lo que está pasando en Springfield, Ohio, que los inmigrantes en Springfield, Ohio, de Haití están poniendo demasiado, ¿cómo se dice? Están requiriendo demasiado de la ciudad y la ciudad no se puede. Pero esto también es mentira. Es mentira. Y también acaban de decir cosas similares en Pennsylvania. Y no es cierto, allá en esa situación también los inmigrantes están haciendo trabajos que otros no quieren hacer, están pagando impuestos, están rentando lugares donde no había personas para vivir o que estaban vacías estos apartamentos. Entonces, no es cierto que están robando y quitando y abusando del sistema. Al revés, están contribuyendo cosas muy importantes, ayuda y apoyando la economía que se necesita. So I have a hard time going back and forth because I forget what I just said in Spanish, but I'm talking about the ridiculousness of the cats and the dogs, eating the cats and the dogs in Springfield, Ohio. And I was drawn to this because, number one, of my work with immigrants, but also because I live in a Springfield, Oregon. So I was like, wait, which Springfield is this happening? I hadn't heard this was happening in my community. And as I looked into it, I'm like, this is so ridiculous, but let's get to the bottom of it. And even JD Vance has now admitted that it was a lie, that what they presented was a lie, but he said it was done in order to draw attention to the difficulties that Springfield, Ohio is suffering because of the invasion of the Haitian immigrants. The words that they use are, yes, they are very frustrating. The same thing is now being said in Pennsylvania, but in each of these places, the government officials are coming on and saying, no, it's the opposite. These people are working, they're doing jobs, they're paying taxes, they're renting apartments and houses that were vacant. They are participating in the community. They are reinvigorating economies that were just, dying. People were leaving these places and now they're being repopulated. And these are Haitians who fled Haiti, who are here with legal status, temporary protected status, who have a work permit. They are living, under the laws and the responsibilities as required. And so Mark's question was, Trump wants to deport everyone. Even at first, under the first Trump administration, is we want to deport all illegal immigrants, which I hate that word, but that's the word that he said. And he rallied everyone around this fear that undocumented immigration is the root of all of our problems in our country. Now, this time around, this campaign cycle, it's all immigrants. All immigrants are the problem, and we're going to get rid of all of them. And so I hadn't heard the 14 years of age and older. I don't know why that's the cutoff, but can he do it? No. And so that's why I don't understand why all these Trump supporters are like, yes, we need Trump because we need to deport everyone and we need to take back our country and we need to close the borders and all of this stuff. You cannot, the logistics around deporting millions of individuals. Actually, I don't even know the number. I think there's like 8 million undocumented immigrants. But the number of legal immigrants as well, probably hundreds of millions. I don't know. If anybody knows, please come on and tell me. But you're talking, the courts and the detention centers that we have now can't even handle the capacity that we have now. So I've been talking about this leading up to the elections. If Trump were to be able to fulfill his promise, which he has really no intention of doing because he's just all talk, right? Build the wall. We know what happened with the wall. So this promise of deporting even legal immigrants over the age of 14, you'd have to build so many detention centers. You'd have to hire so many more, you'd have to build more courts and hire more judges and hire more government attorneys. It's just not possible. And who's gonna, even if they do try to make the effort, just like the wall, like who's gonna pay for it? You're not gonna have Mexico or these home countries paying for the removal of their citizens. No, it's not gonna happen. So the answer to Mark's question is, can he do it? No. Will he try to do it? Yes. The real concern to me is that people here in the US believe that it's possible and want this to happen. That should really be what concerns us. So again, Mark's concern, even if it's not possible, what about the harassment? What about citizens who are going to be asking for people's papers? Show me that you're here legally. Yes, this is a real concern because, and this is the harm that's caused by this kind of rhetoric is now private citizens think that they have some kind of authority or some kind of right to demand that anyone who is not white present some kind of proof that they're here documented. So, esas preguntas que está preguntando Mark, está preguntando si sea posible que el presidente, si Trump llega a ser presidente de nuevo, que si sea posible que si sea posible deportar a todos. Trump, antes, bajo el primer presidente, el Trump hizo la promesa que iba a deportar todos los inmigrantes indocumentados. Y ahora, esta vez, está prometiendo que va a deportar a todos los inmigrantes, incluyendo los que están aquí legalmente, porque él quiere deportar, ahora está diciendo, los de Haití que tienen estatus legal aquí, tienen protección temporal por lo que ha pasado en su país y están aquí legalmente, pero él está diciendo vamos a deportar a todos. Si sea posible, no va a ser posible porque no hay suficientes detenciones, no hay suficientes cortes, jueces, todo esto para poder pagar y no hay suficiente dinero para construir y ocupar personas para hacerlo. No va a ser posible. Pero el daño que está haciendo, el daño de hacer estas promesas, de hacer estas mentiras, el daño es de que ahora los ciudadanos, los que apoyan a Trump, están pensando que ellos mismos van a tener poder, va a ser posible, va a ser posible que deportan a todos y ellos ahora piensan que van a tener el derecho de preguntar, oye, usted no es blanco, no es güerito, tiene papeles, ¿dónde están tus papeles? Enséñame tus papeles. ¿Quién va a ser responsable y quién va a sentir que tiene derecho solo por el hecho de haber nacido aquí? En este país de inmigrantes, ¿cómo podemos pensar que otros inmigrantes no tienen el mismo derecho, mismo privilegio de estar aquí legalmente? Los inmigrantes que están aquí legalmente es por una razón, no solamente arreglan, o sea, yo creo que a veces la gente piensa, y he platicado con unos clientes que están tratando de traer su familia y cuando explico qué tan difícil es inmigrar aquí, me dicen, oye, pero quién sabe qué allá en la frontera siempre están nada más dejando que entran y de un día a otro tiene ya su permiso, tiene su seguro, tiene sus estampillas de comida. Y les digo, no es cierto, no es tan fácil como piensas. Y esas personas, si dejan entrar para asilo, es porque están huyendo de algo serio en su país. Y la mayoría de los casos de asilo no están aprobados porque es tan difícil comprobar y recibir una aprobación para asilo. Entonces, la mayoría están deportados después de todo. Entonces, no es tan fácil como dicen la gente. No están arreglando permisos como si fuera Navidad. No es así. So, thank you for everyone who's been coming in, joining, watching. I really appreciate the support. Like I've been saying, this is really like for my mental health as well. Feeling like I'm doing something leading up to the elections. I already voted. In Oregon, we do mail-in ballots, so I already voted, which I'm glad about because if you heard the news this week, somebody blew up like 3 ballot boxes in the Portland area. I am really curious to hear the results of that investigation. I'm sure that MAGA is going to say it was Democrats who did it. There's going to be conspiracies all over the place, but the only party I see benefiting from a blown up ballot box is Trump because he's losing and he's a sore loser. So now my concern now, I do think Harris is going to win, but my concern now is what's going to happen post elections. What is there going to be another January 6th? In fact, I was just hearing someone talk about how, what is his name? The Speaker of the House, that he has already commented that he could choose to not certify the election. And so I was hearing that in the context of a conversation of how important it is to make sure that Democrats take Congress, because then then the Speaker of the House would transition to a Democrat. So I'm not like super versed in politics, so I'm just saying what I heard. I'm just repeating what I heard. But it's scary to think that Harris could win and the Speaker of the House could refuse to certify the election. And I don't know what happens after that. Like, we've never seen any of this. We never saw a January 6th coup attempt to take over the country and hang the vice president and hang the Speaker of the House. Like, we never thought that would happen, but that happened 4 years ago. So what's going to happen now? Speaker Mike Johnson. Okay, thank you. Mark was saying. So yeah, if he is no longer the speaker, then that's one less fear that the results would not be certified. Anyway, I'm speaking on things that I'm going to go back to talking about immigration that I really know something about. But anyway, I'm here to remind people to vote. Make sure that your neighbor has voted. Make sure that your friends have voted. Make sure that your family has voted. We're asking you to vote pro-immigrant, please. And I don't think I have to say which candidates are pro-immigrant. I think we know, like I've been saying, Trump is as anti-immigrant as they come. And if we continue down this road, I'm very fearful for the future of our country and for our communities. So, gracias por estar conmigo. Estamos aquí cada día en Lonches en vivo hasta las elecciones para recordarles que votan, que piensan bien antes de votar, que piensan en quién es pro-inmigrante y que votan así para proteger a nuestro país, nuestra comunidad. Por favor, votan bien, recuerden a sus vecinos que ellos también votan. Si no eres ciudadano, Mark está preguntando si inmigrantes pueden votar. Solo los que son ciudadanos pueden votar. Así que si usted es residente por mucho tiempo y a lo mejor califica para hacer la ciudadanía en español o en su propio idioma, hay que hacer la ciudadanía lo antes posible primero, para protegerse, segundo, para votar y tercero, para dar paz a su familia. Porque si no es ciudadano, bajo Trump, nadie está seguro. Todos, incluso los ciudadanos que no son güeritos, no van a estar seguros tampoco. So, gracias por estar conmigo. Nos vemos mañana. Lunches en vivo. We'll see you all tomorrow, live at lunch. And please go vote pro-immigrant. We believe that immigrants make America great. Thanks for being with me. I'll see you tomorrow.